Hello everyone. Have you ever wondered about what the future of renewable energy is going to be like? We thought and found MFCs to be a perfect match for it. MFCs stand for microbial fuel cells. MFCs does not only produce energy but also help in purifying the wastewater that we guys generate on a daily basis. Let's dive deeper into this beautiful journey of understanding how this MFC works, what are its basic constituents, what are the factors that influence the power efficiency and the working of this MFC. So, this is our problem statement, which showed that the main objective of our research is to develop innovative MFC configuration, which will not only help in improving the power efficiency, but also improve the wastewater treatment efficiency, and thus will help in fostering a relationship between renewable energy production and pollution control. Now let's discuss about the working principle of an MFC. MFC has been divided into three constituents: the anodic part, the cathodic part, and the permeable membrane. Let's dive deeper into the working of these constituents. The anodic part. It is a part where oxidation reaction takes place. It's a part where anode has been dipped and wastewater that has to be treated is put into it. It is made sure that this part remains completely inert towards oxygen, as only anaerobic reaction is considered. In this part, the organic matter present in the wastewater undergoes anaerobic reaction and releases H+ ions and electrons. These electrons being released in the reaction is taken up by the anode and sent via an external circuit to the cathode. These H+ ions further pass through the permeable membrane towards the cathode side. Now let's discuss about the cathodic part. It's the part where reduction reaction takes place. Here, cathode along with highly concentrated saline water is put together. The reason for taking highly concentrated saline water is to create a potential difference for water so that it diffuses and brings along H+ ion from the anodic part. These H+ ions that came from the anodic part reacts with oxygen in the presence of electrons received from the cathode and get converted into water. Hence, water gets purified. The permeable membrane is so chosen that it only allows water and ions to diffuse through it and not the oxygen to diffuse from cathode towards anode. Now, depending upon the various position and configuration of anodic chamber, cathodic chamber and permeable membrane, there are several design types already proposed, such as single chamber MFC, dual chamber MFC, upflow MFC, horizontal stack and vertical stack MFC.
To the microorganisms part and how it affects the power efficiency of MFC. Many types of microorganisms are useful in MFC. They include bacteria, archaea and fungi. They have their specific roles in nutrient cycle ecosystem. Some contribute to the protection of the biofilm, while others adjust the nutrients. The microbes which are favored by the MFC are gradually increased, while others are steadily decreased. So electrode materials, working condition, external and internal resistances, these are all the factors which affects the microbial communities in MFC. Mixed culture biofilm communities show more power efficiency than the pure culture one. Now coming to the biofilm formation part, how microorganisms attached to the anode decides the stability of the biofilm. It also depends on the roughness, surface area of the anode. If the surface area is increased or porosity is increased, the microbes will attach more good then biofilm fall will be more stable. Now here are the list of some of the bacteria that is studied in MFC. Schwanella and Geobacter, these are found in wastewater and everything. They provide biological and reactive stability. Archaebacteria and acidobacteria, these are found generally in soil, so they have capacity to withstand extreme conditions. And cyanobacteria and proteobacteria, these are found in marine ecosystems, sea water and everything. They are good in producing electricity. Electrodes are the most basic components of the MFC, as its characteristics affects the biofilm formation, electron transfer and substrate oxidation. Anode material. Carbon is generally used for anode formation because it has good electrical and thermal stability, mechanical strength and high volume to surface ratio, and it is good for bacterial growth. So these are some of the carbon which are used for anodes. Carbon paper, it allows simple connection of wire. Carbon mesh because it is cheaper and provided large power density. Graphite rods because they are highly conductive. Carbon nanotubes, CNT, which is a relatively newer technology. It has good electrical conductivity and provides large surface area. Now cathode type of MFC. The selection of material of cathode is also very important, as it accounts for almost 50% of the rate of MFC. So the different types of cathode are air cathode, aqueous air cathode and biocathode. Air cathode are generally open and directly exposed to air so that oxygen can come in. and aqueous cathode are generally submerged in liquid where dissolved oxygen is found. Biocathode, in this, aerobic bacteria is used to catalyze the substrate, and it is also good for producing good power efficiency.
So now we will discuss about the osmotic permeable membrane that is used in OMFCs. Firstly, we will discuss about the roles of it. First, it separates anode and cathode chamber to avoid the direct mixing of the solution so that we can get our desired product easily. Second, it allows selective kind of ions only to pass through it so that any specific kind of ion should not be in excess in any of the chambers to maintain the electrical neutrality. So it is written here that it maintains the electrochemical balance. Third, it provides the control over flow of ions and flow of water also. It controls it. There are various components of the membrane. Membrane consists of 4 sublayers. First is the active layer, which allows only selective kind of ions only to pass through one chamber to another and blocks other kind of ions on its surface only, which are unwanted. Second is selective layer, which provides mechanical support and strength to the active layer so that it should not get displaced from its position when the water flux is more. The third is a backing layer. It is an additional protective barrier which increases the durability of the membrane. Its role mainly comes to existence when you are installing it, when you are manufacturing it, or when you are doing any operation. It is made of non-woven and fabric materials. Fourth is hydrophilic coating. We can understand it from the word only. This is the coating which will attract water molecules mainly. So if it is attracting water molecules, then it will kind of repel other kind of unwanted molecules. So it is the way where we can resist the other kind of unwanted molecules or other solvents.
The most important reaction in a microwave fuel cell is thus the breakdown of the organic matter into simpler molecules to generate electrical energy. When the electrical energy is produced inside a system, it leads to the motion of charges. So basically the reaction part involves the motion of charges and the mechanisms responsible for the motion. The two most common reaction mechanisms inside a microwave fuel cell are namely electron transfer mechanism and a proton transfer mechanism. As the name suggests, electron and protons are the respective charges responsible in the respective mechanism for the current and motion of charges. Diving deeper into electron transfer mechanism, there are basically 2 types of electron transfers possible, namely the direct electron transfer mechanism and the indirect electron transfer mechanism. The direct electron transfer mechanism refers to a process where the bacterial community themselves carry the electron or the charges to one electrode to another electrode in order to generate current. Talking about the direct electron transfer mechanism, there are certain types of specially able bacteria containing different kinds of protein chains to carry electrons with them. These types of bacteria are generally known as exoelectrogens, and they carry charges from one electrode to another following this mechanism. Similarly, in indirect electron transfer mechanism, there are another type of specially able bacterial communities which release these types of compound to just carry electrons from cathode to anode. These types of compounds are generally flavins or quinines.